Hey guys, sorry. Um, this is the tutorial for the Tachikaze deck, tutorial slash clan analysis rather. Um, okay, so I'm gonna probably be restating a lot of things I said in the deck profile video. But for the most part, this is gonna be standard tutorial on how to use the deck that I made. Pretty easy. So anyway, let's start with the basics. Um, Dragon Egg is the starter. I'm running the Deathrex variant. Like I said before, Deathrex variant usually maintains the old Tachikaze standard of running 4 Deathrex and then either 3 or 4 Dino Chaos or 3 or 4 Gigarex, depending on whatever. With Dragon Egg as your starter. Like I said, there's no other good starter for the clan, so just stick with Dragon Egg. Having to be able to counterblast one and bounce it back to your hand if he's retired is just so good. Get a 10k shield. That is so much versatility. What are you gonna do? Triggers 4 heal, obvious. Um, 6 draw, 6 crit. Now this works really well for a lot of decks, like Bermuda Triangle, Oracle Think Tank, etc., etc., etc. Defensively, it's not that good, but considering how aggro this deck can be, the trigger lineup is pretty good. What do you mean when I say aggro? Okay, well let's discuss the aggro of the deck. This is my favorite thing to do. You always want to have Deathrex in your Vanguard circle. Normally what I like to do is I'll put Skyptera behind it because first of all, because he gains 5k in the Vanguard circle whenever he attacks, you only need a minimum of 6k to make him hit the magic 21 marker. In reality, you don't even need him. Like, if you know you're gonna be up against Oracle Think Tank, Bermuda Triangles, or what's another deck I can use? For example, Lawkeeper Kagero, I guess. Anyway, any deck that you know you're not gonna be facing any 11k Vanguards, you can just call like a draw trigger behind him too, and that'll make him hit the 20k. But I like having Skyptera because that gives you the definite once per turn you can counterblast one and bounce him for the thing here. If he's retired, you counterblast him. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And the other thing that does is if say you have Gigarex or I don't know, Savage Warrior, um, then you can use say where the heck did he go? Oh, that's right. You can use Dragon Egg to retire Skyptera, bounce Skyptera with the counterblast, and then just call it back and bounce Dragon Egg. Then you've already retired 2 units, so if this guy's behind here, the whole column will gain 4k. That's another strategy you can do. This is one of my favorite things that I used to do in the old deck. It's going to slowly come out as I'm going to replace the Savage Warriors with Beam Terras and the Gigarexes with Dark Rexes. But what you can do with this is normally this column only swings for 16, but if you have the Winged Dragon Skyptera here and you're cycling between Skyptera and Dragon Egg, which you normally should be able to do because you're always going to have Dragon Egg because it's your starter, and 9 times out of 10 you can actually draw on a Skyptera by turn 2 or 3, just because I run them at 4. With the cycling, basically what you do is you counterblast 2, and this whole column will gain 4k. So that puts the 20k mark. That's pretty nice. If you can get 2 columns like that, that's pretty good, I would say. What else can you do? Okay, let's get rid of these. Beam Terra and Slash Terra. I guess this is Beam Terra, this is Slash Terra, whatever. Okay. So how do these guys work? Let's say you have a few that looks like this. Okay. Slash Terra is hitting for 15 boosted by Skyptera, and you have Cannon Gear boosted by Beam Terra for 18. Here is another reason I'm going to stick out with the stand triggers. Like I said, this is going back to the 6 crit, 6 draw lineup. I'm still questioning it, and this is one of the many reasons why. Death Rex isn't guaranteed to do anything here. It's gonna swing for 21, but your opponent might just perfect guard it, blah blah blah. It's okay if that happens. The thing about these guys is they only get their effects when they get retired during the battle phase. Beam Terra, Skype Terra, Slash Terra, Beam Terra. Remember them. 9k, 7k. They're great attackers, great boosters. If they're retired during the battle phase, then you can give 3k to one of your Tachikaze rear guards. So that's really good. In a case like this, considering normally your grade 2 and grade 3 consist of 10 and 11k rear guards, what I would do in this case was attack with this first to get the attack in, then swing with Death Rex, looking for triggers, and then that'll let you get, if the attack hits, then you can retire Slash Terra and give the 3k here. That'll make you hit for 21 in this column. But alternatively, what you can do is you can do, that's what I would run because I'm running 6 crit, 6 draw. Let's say you're running 6 crit, 2 draw, 4 stand, and you reveal a stand trigger. Well, if you know you're gonna run stand triggers, then what you could do is you could just go for straight up attacking. You know, you're not gonna hit the big numbers. You could attack with this column first. That'll be 18. Attack for 21 Vanguard. If the attack hits, great. So you give the 5k to your cannon gear. That'll put him at 16. And then you eat Beam Terror with Death Rex. And then you can give the 3k here to push him over the 15. That'll make him 18. He's already 16. Or you can give it to here, whatever. You know. Either way, you're going to be making one of your rows swing bigger. You know, and that's usually all that matters. It's all kind of situational. This is one of the few clans that, as a group, my friend Scarecrow guys are on this. Well, not my friend, more like a mentor or whatever. But yeah, Tachikaze is one of the few clans that actually benefits from rainbow triggers. The crits are obviously good for the aggro power. The draws are obviously good for when you have to emergency retire, like, I don't know, a Mega Rex or Sonic Noah or something. And to make up for Dark Rex. And the stand triggers are good for standing up things that have already attacked and don't have boosters. And you can just do stuff with them, like this guy, 11k. You know, pretty good. So really, for trigger lineup, you gotta know what you're doing. Honestly, as long as you have at least, I'm a fan of 6 crit in this deck. It's gone really well. I'd actually like to try and bump it up to 8 crit. But I haven't tested stand triggers yet, like I said. I've only tested it in the old one without all the stuff, so, you know. Another reason stand triggers would be useful would be for this guy, the Paki Palos. One of your guys is retired during your main phase. When he attacks, he can gain 3k. I really want more of him because he's so good, you know. I just don't know what else to take out. I mean, well, I know what else to take out. I just don't know how to get more copies of it. You know? If I could, I'd take out all of my Mega Rexes and put him in season 11k like all the time. What else? Oh, that's right. I still haven't mentioned this guy. Dark Rex makes this deck so much more scary. Let's say that let me do this. Let's bring this field back into presence here. 15 column, 21 column, 18 column. Okay, so if your opponent has a 21, has an 11k Vanguard, they know they can block this column easily. So what you'll do is you can do this, do whatever, hit their rear guard, let them guard it, sacrifice their shield, blah blah blah. You attack with this guy. Okay. Let's say the attack hits. What will you do? If the attack hits for 21, you eat this guy, Slash Terra. Slash Terra's ability will give 3k to Beam Terra. That'll make this helmet hit for 21. And your opponent will likely not be able to guard it. And if they know that, they will likely guard this. That's when you drop Dark Rex. Dark Rex's ability is when he's in your hand, you gotta bind him, which means you remove him from play until forever. And then one of your Tachikaze rear guards gains 3k. And then his limit break activates. If you have 4 more damage while he's in the bind zone, If your grade 3 Tachikaze rear guard, not rear guard, Vanguard attack fails, you can retire 3 guys and ride him. Do you have an idea how bad that is? Let's see. You just retired 2 of these, so you can counterblast and bring those back to your hand. And you just retire this guy, so you still get to get 3k here. Good job, opponent. And the best part is, twin drive again. You can give any extra trigger power to rebuild this guy. Odds are your opponent's not going to be able to, well, technically they probably will be able to guard this, but this is already swinging for 21 since you retired / Terra. Any triggers you get will go to this thing. This is going to keep making it harder and harder for your opponent to guard. And that's what Dark Rex does. It makes your opponent think twice, because once you bind this card, your opponent's going to be, once you hit 4 damage, after you bind this card, your opponent's going to be like, do you want to perfect guard the Vanguard? If he double crits me, I'm dead. But if I don't get double critted, and I perfect guard it anyway, he's going to ride Dark Rex and kill me anyway. So it's going to be a matter of, what you want to do here. With me only having 1 Dark Rex, it makes the stand triggers more viable because you're going to have more opportunities to attack with. But when Dark Rex is going to be up to 4 in this deck, I'm probably going to have to cut down stand triggers because of it'll force me to retire stuff that's already attacked, and that makes the extra twin drive kind of pointless. And that's another reason I want more crit, is because this extra twin drive is just so good. Yeah. So right now, with just a set 8 preview that my friend Yoon gave me, I only have 1 Dark Rex. So honestly, the 6 crit, 6 draw works fine because it gives you more opportunities for aggro, and it gives you more opportunities to draw into him. But the more of him I get, the more I want to probably switch over to 8 crit, 4 draw. Yeah. As far as Replica Kernel goes, you can do whatever with that. But really, stand triggers were usually probably only viable when without this guy, because you're going to be retiring so much with Dark Rex when he does his stuff. Yeah. I guess if you wanted to, you could run 2 stand triggers. The only problem with that is that you're not going to be running into them as often, and if you get them off of his check, they're going to be pointless. I mean, really the most stand triggers I could see you running is 2, honestly, in this deck. And in most decks, that's the most I could see you running, except for like Nova Grappler, Dimension Police, and Neonectar. Those are the only ones that really, and Aqua Force. You could run like 8 in those, but really, stand triggers are usually really bad for any deck. And the most you want to usually run a stand trigger at all is like 2. Royal Paladins, if they run any stand triggers at all, will usually run it 2. And this deck is no exception. I wouldn't test running more than 2 stand triggers, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Just because they're just not that useful. But I will test the stand triggers. I can report my findings if you guys want. Anyway, that's my clan analysis for Tachikaze. I would like to preview. These 2 are currently in love with each other, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the analysis, and hope this has motivated you towards a set 8. And for the record, we're getting set 4 in December, set 5 in February. So odds are we'll be getting set 8 in March or April of next year. So I hope you're ready for it. But this thing is going to be my best friend on Dark Rex. Anyway, don't be jealous. Just enjoy my video, and thanks for watching.